Hello beautiful people, and welcome to a new video. New day means a new recipe, and today we're making fresh pasta. So with this recipe I've brought 3 eggs and 300 grams of flour. In addition, I have this little scoop of flour here, which I'll be adding if I see it's necessary. And today we'll be using both a machine, and if you don't have the machine, we'll also be doing it by hand. So I'll show you how to do it in both ways. So let's get started. As you can see, I got my flour here in the middle. Now I'll just make a little pit in the middle. Let's see here. Like so. So here I have my pit, and I'll be cracking my eggs in here. Now for this part, you can use a fork, you can use your fingers. I like to use chopsticks. And I'll just mix it within this pit that I made. Slowly taking more and more flour from the walls. Now here I just want to mix till it gets manageable so I can do it with my hands. As you can see, it's gotten a lot thicker. Do it like this. Just tossing some more flour as I mix it around. As you can see, it's getting a bit more doughy now. And now we just work it in. Now with this recipe, it's very much just having patience, making sure that it all turns into a nice dough. As it's getting more mixed, it starts to get sticky, then just toss in some more of that flour. As you can see, it's very easy, making homemade pasta might sound like a lot of work, but it's really not. What's nice about homemade pasta is that it cooks a lot quicker. Like this only takes maybe 3 minutes in boiling water and it's done compared to dried pasta. Now here it looks very smooth, but while I'm kneading it, I'm feeling that it's kind of sticking a little bit on my palm, which means I want to add some more flour to it. You don't want it to be sticky, especially not if you're putting it through a machine. And just like that, our pasta dough is done. So now I'll let the dough chill in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Now since I'll be doing one with the machine and one by hand, I'll be splitting it up. So this half we'll do with the machine, so I'll put this one back in the fridge, and this one we'll be doing by hand. So giving it a coating of flour. So. And this one goes back in the fridge. Now, let's see here. We want to flatten this out. You can do this with a knife if you want to. I will be using a pizza cutter. So let's see. Trimming off a little bit of the edge. Just so I have it nice. And most of the pieces will be the same. You don't have to, you know, it's a little bit of the homemade flair that there's a little bit uneven pieces. And now you get to decide how thick you want it to be. And there you go. So that is done by hand. Toss a little bit of flour on them. There you go. Give them a good tossing in flour so they don't start sticking together. So these are the ones done by hand. Now I'll show you with the machine. So now that I've shown you how to make it by hand, let me show you how to use the machine. So, got my dough, the other half. Now, flatten it out a little bit. So, if you end up thinking that these got a little bit too thick, what you can do is you can take them and stretch them out a little bit. Careful while doing this though, because it's very easy to tear it. But if you want them a little bit thinner than what you ended up doing them, this is a way to do it. So I'll be doing this with mine, as I did end up getting a little bit thicker than what I thought. So how does our handmade noodles compare to our machine made? So straight away, with the machine, it was a lot easier to get a lot thinner noodles. You can get the same result by hand as well, but it's a lot more tedious. So these ones, I can tell, handmade, a lot thicker, like I said. And when it comes to making it in the machine, it's very easy. You just take the other half, you thin it out a little bit, put it on the thickest setting, and then you want to run it through it like 2 or 3 times between each setting. So on this one, I went down to a 5. I think that is sufficient for tagliatelle. You could even go thicker as well. And maybe I should have, because these are, as I said, a bit thicker, so there will be a discrepancy when boiling them. Therefore, I'll be throwing these in the water maybe a minute before I throw these in. So that's how you make homemade pasta. So let me know if you tried it out at home. Let me know what you think. Leave a like. Remember to subscribe. We post new videos daily. And yeah, ha det bra.